Hey, Slowheads. I thought I'd go through how I resin 3D print stuff, how I go about like getting things ready and whatnot. Oh, so, how I usually find the stuff, I usually go to like CG Trader or Cult3D.com. And so I already have some stuff in my little collections here. So these wheels right here is what I'm getting ready to actually print for my Datsun project. And so these are the fender flares that I printed for my Datsun on the rear. So I'll get these. They do cost money. These are 264, but in US I think it was like $3.04 or something after I paid for the file. And then so I'll save them, or I did save them. And then I'm gonna go to my slicer, which I use a Lychee Slicer Pro, which I have my resin printer here, my Anycubic Cobra, and then George's printer. I was trying to mess around with his settings, but anyway. So I'll select my printer, go over here to add file, go to resin. I have them in wheels because I have a bunch of different sets of wheels. And then let's see, front dish. So it pops up. These are a two-piece design. So here's the hoop, and I can go over here, import the spokes. See, it actually went ahead and just put it inside for me, or which would be hard to do that for every single one. But anyway, so two-piece design, and I can move them, obviously. And then what I need to do is scale these, because right now they're actually almost pretty good. No, they're not. Okay, so these are 19.06 millimeters, and I need to go down to like a 15. I think it's like a 15.8 or something like that on there. So I need to scale these two proportionally to each other. So what I'll do is I'm going to highlight uniform scaling so it does everything. And I need to find out what my wheels are really quickly here. I'll be right back. All right, so it's going to be 16 millimeters by 8 is what I need. So what do I have? A front dish. So what I need to do here, I want to copy, duplicate selection. I don't need that right now. So these are fronts. Oops. I just scaled that and I didn't mean to. I need to hit move. All right. So anyway, so what I need to do now is I need to add the rear dish. You can see it's actually wider, but I can't. They're all going to have to be the same size. Which they almost look like this dish And this dish is the same. How deep they're going to be. But anyway, so what I need to do is I need to take this one and move it because I need to copy it and make another one. So now I have 2 hoops. Actually, I need to go ahead and copy this. I need 2. So there we go. I got my 4 hoops and my 4 spokes. And what I want to do is I'm going to highlight all. Scale. And then I need everything to be 16. Oops. Uniform scaling. Oh, I see what it's doing. Those are different. So it needs to be 16 as far as the hoop size. And then I need to take the depth, or would be the width of the wheel. I need to take it down. Or actually, all right, so I figured it out. I needed these hoops to be 16 millimeter. So by scaling these down, these needed to go down with it. But every time I highlighted both, it only gave me the options for these. So what I did was I found the percentage to change this hoop to 16 millimeters, which was 83.95%. So then I come over here and I changed the percentage to 83.95%, which scaled these to match these. So the only thing that I have left to do is I need to change the width. So what I'll do with that is I'll turn off the uniform scaling because it won't matter at this point. And so my Z-axis here, which is the blue up and down, I need to change that to the 8 millimeters. Boom. Which it only made these 8 millimeters. See, it doesn't do both. You would think it would change both, but of course it doesn't. 8 millimeters. Okay, there we go. I'm kind of wondering if these hoops aren't the same as far as where the spokes fit inside. But anyway, there's that. So what I'm going to do next is I need to arrange this stuff on my build plate. So this is my build plate here, simulating my 3D printer. And I'm going to move this stuff over in a spot. I'll need a little bit of room. Because there's going to be supports that get added. So in order for these to print right or print good, with the most detail and be smooth, I need to rotate these and put these on a 30-degree angle. So we got 36. I'll go over here and click down to 30. And the reason why I angle them this way instead of maybe putting this side down is so when you print supports, which I'll show you in a second, the supports leave spots. So which you'll sand it down and whatnot, but you don't want to have to sand down the part that has all the detail. because you might sand away detail. So there we go. 30 degrees. Oops. We've done this better. And it doesn't matter which way. There we go. Oh shit, I just reset that. Hit the reset. Boom, there we go. So now we have everything set at an angle. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to prepare. And I'm going to use medium supports because this stuff's not heavy. It's not like if I was doing a body, I would want some heavy supports, especially at the bottom where it's printing, where everything's going to rest on. But just for these little wheels, medium supports. I could probably get away with light, but I don't want to have to worry about cleaning stuff up. So anyway, I'm going to come over here and highlight. I'm going to hit generate supports. It's going to do its deal. Adding all that stuff. I don't know if you can see it as far as popping up. Adding stuff. So it says 128 supports were added, 6 supports were not placed due to not finding a place to go, which is not a big deal. 32 island supports added, 33 supports optimized, 148 braces added total. So there you can see the supports. The islands is what you see here, these round deals for the supports to connect to. So that is that. Looks pretty good. There's some stuff I really don't care for, but I understand why it's there. Like these supports here, I don't really like them, but I'm not sure if I really have to have them. But better safe than sorry, because cleaning up resin and it being stuck to your FEP, your clear film that's in there, cleaning up, it just sucks. When everything works right, it's good. So I know that this right here is going to print just fine. So it's just a little extra cleanup when it's in, the spot that you're going to see. You see like these, it's printed on the back side. And the supports here, this is where you want most of the supports, is on the back side, because you're not going to see the back side. So, you clean it up real good and everything's fine. But if you were to do it like right here on this face, have supports, then that's going to be a lot of cleanup to make it look like it's supposed to. Perfect. And so it's just a pain in the butt. These few little spots won't be a big deal, but to have all of this right here, all these supports on the face, it sucks. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead. What I'm going to do, I want to see how it turns out. I want to print these in the same diameter as these. So I want these to be 16 millimeter. And I want to see how they look just being inserted in the H&R wheels without having to have these hoops, because then I can place these wherever I want and drop a couple drops of glue and I wouldn't have to worry about these hoops. So I'm going to go ahead and do 4 more of these at 16 millimeters. So I have all my wheels extra set. And then, so I'm going to go to export, and for the anti-aliasing, I'm going to do sharpen details. I want to put my level to 4. And then I'm going to export files and save it to my USB drive to go to my printer. And then we will go down and I'll show you the printer starting. Now right here is actually going to show how it's actually printing. It's going to go through all those layers just like that. So here's my build plate. I just wiped it off with some alcohol. This is 91%. Used a microfiber cloth. You can see where it's kind of scratched from trying to get some of the prints and stuff off, which doesn't affect anything. And it's got scuffs and stuff on it because I've taken sandpaper to it to make sure stuff will stick. It's all normal stuff. Everybody's looks like this. But anyway, so we'll take it, put it on the printer, tighten it down, turn the printer on. Lots of stuff going on here. We're waiting on that thing to boot up. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna go to Tools. This resets every time. Change it back to 7. Enter. Oops. Yeah, I saved it. Okay. What I always do, I want to go ahead and home it. It homes it automatically, but I like to get the air out from underneath. Make sure there's no bubbles that get caught up. When it homes, it pushes that resin and the resin rises. So I always do this. It takes it a few seconds. Yep, see there's some bubbles. And then we're good. So then I come over here to print, and then I'll find my file that I saved where it says dish spokes, and I'll hit play, and there it goes. It's estimating that it'll take, has 393 layers, and it's going to take 1 hour and 42 minutes. So that's how that goes. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you later.